Yeah, maybe, but I ain't inclined. I'm going to beat this bum rap. My lawyer's already working on an appeal. And he thinks he can get me sprung in like a year. Shit, I could do a year standing on my head. Ain't like I ain't never did no time before. And if I run now, I'm gonna be running the rest of my life, and I ain't down for that shit. I got all my business handled already, so I can be out of the life and legit by the time I get sprung. Just live off the investments I've already made. Let me just do this, and I'll be out before you even realize I've been in, okay? No! Regina sobbed hysterically. It's not okay. I don't want you to go. I don't want you to go. I know you don't, baby. But I'll be okay, and you will too, Little Joe said as he continued to rock her back and forth. And you'll be the first person I'll find when I get out. I promise. He wiped some of the tears from her cheek and kissed her lips tenderly. Now stop all this crying before you make my dick hard again. Chapter 1, 2005. So you're saying you don't feel guilty? Nope, not in the least. Okay, Puddin, let me get this straight. Regina put her elbows on the table in the snazzy Manhattan restaurant and cradled her face in her hands. You mean to tell me that you hit a complete stranger with your car in front of his 3 grandchildren, and you don't even feel the slightest bit guilty? Why should I? Puddin picked up a shrimp and lavishly dipped it in cocktail sauce. She took a large bite, then threw the tail back on the saucer. She licked her long, tapered fingernails before continuing. The car skidded on black ice. Even the police put that shit in their report. It wasn't my fault. So why the fuck should I feel guilty? They better hurry up with our meals. I'm about through with these little-ass shrimps. Oh, my God! Regina banged her fists on the table, rattling the dishes and silverware. Forget about the shrimp. You should feel guilty because you killed a man. Puddin shrugged and said with a half smile, No, I didn't. The car slid on ice, then slid into him. I ain't had nothing to do with it, except I was there. It was an act of God. Blame it on him. She dipped another shrimp in the cocktail sauce, and this time popped the whole thing in her mouth. But it was a 65-year-old man, and his grandchildren were right there, Regina said. She knew Puddin was callous. Hell, everybody knew that. But this was just a bit too much. Oh, please. Will you just stop? Puddin sucked her teeth and waved her hand in the air. For all you know, the man was a pervert and molesting those kids. What? How can you say that? Regina sputtered. You knew him? You didn't tell me that. No, I ain't know him, Puddin shrugged. But I'm just saying, you're making like it was worse 'cause he's a granddaddy. But what if he was fucking them kids? You wouldn't be trying to make me feel bad then. Puddin, come on, girl. Regina cocked her head to the side and studied her friend of 20 years. You don't have anything to base that on. You don't know that he was a pervert. And you don't know that he wasn't. So let's drop it. Puddin looked around for the waiter and snapped her fingers to get his attention. When he ignored her, she shouted, Hey! I know you saw me. You know, you just... Regina's face tightened as she glared at Puddin. You just... She suddenly sighed, unclenched her fists, and leaned back in her chair. You're right. Fine. Let's just drop it. She pulled her shoulder-length hair up into a ponytail, then released it, letting it fall around her oval-shaped face. I should be home at my computer.